Director of Abdul Wali Khan University, Mardan. So overall, generally, how would you say these important elections were conducted on the day?
Apart from the huge blast in Quetta, generally the campaign was peaceful, the polling was peaceful, and millions of people turned out on the streets and to the polling stations to cast their votes. Still, there are long queues of people waiting outside polling stations, even though the polling time has ended. So the turnout was good. We can't say how much was it until a few hours, but the election went smoothly, though there will be problems, there will be questions about the slow polling process, about the mismanagement at certain levels at polling stations. But in few hours from now, we will know what the voters have decided. Do they want to have the continuity of a controlled democracy, or have they voted for a more powerful, for the empowerment of civilian government and the parliament? Because this was the question which was the main question in these elections, where Nawaz Sharif, the deposed prime minister, wanted more power for the civilian government. He wanted to have, and he wants to have, more say in foreign policy and internal security, while the Pakistani traditional system, where there is a more authoritarian touch to the system, there they want to keep parliament as a junior partner and a form of controlled democracy, what they say should continue during this transition period, in which they think when the politicians and the parliamentarians will be ready to take over control of Pakistan, then we can have democracy, a model democracy. So this election, in my view, is about whether Pakistan is going to follow the Shanghai Cooperation countries model. Pakistan is now a member of that organization, or if Pakistan is going more towards Western democracy with some indigenous colors.
Oh, okay. Well, what do you make then of the rather serious allegations that actually the result has already been decided, and that largely the political machinations of Pakistan have been manipulated by the military, and that their idea is to shoo in Imran Khan?
These are very serious allegations, and there are people with credibility, such as the Human Rights Commission of Pakistan, such as foreign,
We can now talk to Shiraz Paracha, who's also in Islamabad. He's the director of Abdul Wali Khan University, Mardan. Thank you for talking to us. How confident are you that the results, when they start to come in, will be an accurate reflection of the will of the Pakistani people?
This we have yet to see. The main battlefield is the province of Punjab, and there are 141 seats for the National Assembly in Punjab, and whichever party amongst the two main parties, that's the Pakistan Muslim League and Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, and the third party, Pakistan People's Party, which party will gain more seats from Punjab, that party will be in a position to form the future government in Pakistan. If we look at the history, if we look at the political environment in this country, always there are, complaints, there are blames, there are accusations of foul play and unfair play. So we are likely to hear that, but if the difference between the parties' seats is too big, then there will be serious questions about the elections.
And do you expect that there will be one overall winner, or do you expect that one of the main parties is likely to have a lead and then will need the partnership of a coalition partner?
I think the second option is more likely. Most analysts and political pundits have been predicting that there will be no a single party with a clear-cut majority to form a government. So one of the two parties will have to find partners, maybe independents which are contesting in a large number, and also like-minded political parties to form a new government. However, there are concerns that in that eventuality, the new government, a coalition government which will be composed of several parties, would not be that strong, would not be that stable. These are the concerns. On the other hand, if one party gets the, a clear-cut majority, then we can hope for a comparatively stable government, but the likelihood of formation of a coalition government is more than a singular party winning more seats.
Shiraz Paracha, thank you very much indeed. Very interesting analysis coming from you on those Pakistan elections.
Mardan, thank you so much for being with us on the program. First of all, your thoughts on how the election went. How does this election, this vote today, in its conduct, compare to previous elections that have been held in Pakistan?
Despite the earlier incident in Quetta and minor incidents in other places, overall, if we looked by the reports which are coming in, are a peaceful election, smooth election, and despite the horrific incident in Quetta, a large number of voters have come out and they have voted.
Yeah.
Voters in Pakistan in today's elections had three choices. The Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz of the former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif was campaigning for the empowerment of the parliament, for respect for the civilian rule and civilian supremacy. The cricket-turned-politician Imran Khan's Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf campaigned on eradicating corruption and a clean government and clean Pakistan.
Right.
But ironically, many politicians from Nawaz Sharif's party against whom Imran Khan was campaigning are now members of Imran Khan's Tehreek-e-Insaf. And the third party, Pakistan People's Party of Benazir Bhutto, the assassinated former Prime Minister of Pakistan, her son Bilawal Bhutto campaigned on issues. He was
Right.
the only politician in this campaign who was carrying a manifesto in his hands during his election campaign, and he talked about issues.
Shiraz Paracha, let me just,
Pakistan.
yes, I know it's important that people understand who is, standing against whom, but, until just over a year ago, it seemed certain that Nawaz Sharif and the PMLN would win a second term. Today, the polls are neck and neck, and the PTI, led by Imran Khan, has surged. But there has been concern about the fairness of the vote and the role of the Pakistani military. How confident are you that the results that will be announced will be an accurate reflection of the will of the Pakistani people?
There are concerns, this is correct, there are concerns and there are questions about what happened before the elections and some visible signs of election manipulation and what some term as political engineering. And allegedly the Pakistani military, are parts of it, are said to be behind that. These are the accusations leveled by serious politicians. Now we have to see from the results